Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, at this part, I would like us to, engage in some discussion because it will make sense and it will help a lot of us understand better when we communicate together. So, here are the purchase entries. We have one here from entry number 1 to 35. As we understand that one can basically purchase an entry within 24 hours. You can only purchase up to 35 entries. That is the limit within 24 hours. But I mean, the next day you can equally buy another set of entries to grow your income streams and as well as your entry purchases. But please, anyone in the chat, just give me a number of entries you plan to purchase. Anybody, like what you are planning to come in with in NuVizion. Give me the number of entries you're planning to purchase. I want us to learn something on here. Anybody, I'm waiting. The number of entries you plan to come in with. All right, Sensible said 20. Awesome. So, guys, follow up with this tutorial. He mentioned 20. So it means he will be purchasing entries from here 1 all the way down to 20. So here we are in the 20 column, right? So 20 entries is what Leader Sensible plans to come in with in NuVizion. So the cost involvement is 300 USDT as shown on here. All right. So the cost involvement is 300 USDT. Now, with this contribution, he will earn 400 USDT the moment he cycles from all the 20 entries. But the system will keep aside his capital shown on here, which is 300 USDT, and pay out his profits of 100 USDT. And that is per cycle as shown on this side. So the moment you cycle once, your profit is $100. But let's look at this. Let's imagine Leader Sensible cycle twice from the 20 entry in a day or within 1 to 3 day period or within any period based on the flow of the power line network. So if he's supposed to cycle twice from his 20 entries in a day, that is 200 USDT awarded to him. This is the potential earnings paid instantly to his wallet. Okay, so for him to actually recover his investment, because that's the plan here, each and every one of us, please have it in mind that joining the NuVizion V2 system, your number one goal or priority is to secure your capital first. Then you think about profit and how you can also play with your profit to maximize your returns. So for Leader Sensible to actually recover his $300 investment for the 20 entries, even though he will still be having the initial investment lock in the smart contract, but to recover that, he needs to complete 3 cycles. So let's do that now. So once he completes 3 cycles on here, he earns his capital back of $300. And that is for 3 cycles. And this can happen in a day, within some minutes, or within an hour, in any time period, the moment it gets to your time. In terms of the reward, it depends on the flow of the power line network. All right. Now, let's say out of these cycles, let's say maybe he cycle 6 times in a day. Every time that he cycles, he basically needs to click the button to, purchase the next entries. So let's imagine he cycles 6 times in a day. And that is $600 in profit paid to his wallet. And he only started with $300, which is like 20 entries. So right now, he has gotten his capital back and made an additional profit of $300. But here is the thing. For us to help and support the power line, equally helping others to also earn and cycle out, I would say, if let me say, Leader Sensible is me, I will come in with extra 10 entries and keep aside part of the profits to like added on to my capital. So now the total is what? $600, right? If he takes out his initial capital of 300, yes, he have $300 as a profit, like an additional profit. Now, this 300, if he's to purchase 10 entries, that will be $150. So meaning he'll be able to keep aside $150 added to his initial capital, which he has recovered. What is the $300? So in a natural sense, he will have $450 secured in his wallet and purchase an additional 10 entries. Now, the additional 10 entries, which will cost him $150. To make things clear, let's take a look at this. This is 10 entries. This here is 10 entries. And the 10 entry, its cost shows $150. So if he's buying an additional 10 entries to the 20 entries he had already purchased, in which it is locked in the smart contract. One thing we need to understand is that our capital remains in the system forever. There is no way we can have access to our capital. Neither can the admins equally have access to the capital. So the capital, its purpose is just for you to recontribute back into the system whenever you cycle and you earn your profit. So with the 10 additional entries he will purchase, we'll make it what? I want to know if you guys are following suit. If he's to buy 10 additional entries to his 20 entries, how many entries will he be having now? Please put in the chat. Thank you. 30 entries. So now he'll be having 30 entries in the power line. Let's take a look at something on here. So this time around, he's having 30 entries instead of what? 20 entries. So the 30 entries, the total cost in the smart contract now will be $450. Whilst you also have $450 in his wallet in terms of recovering his initial capital of $300 and making additional profit of $150. So he's equally having that same amount locked in the smart contract now. Now, let's take a look at this. If he's to cycle from the 30 entries within a day or 1 to 3 days, he's going to earn 600 USDT as shown on here. But as we know and understand, the system keeps aside our capital of $450. So his capital of $450 will be kept in the smart contract, and the system will pay him $150, which is the profit. That is what the system will pay out to his wallet. And that is what? Per cycle, for like a single cycle, which he has completed. So equally, if he's supposed to cycle 3 times from these 30 entries, then we are talking about $450. So look at it this way. He already have $450 in his wallet as his profit and capital, which he has recouped. But the moment he cycled 3 times from these 30 entries in a day or within any time frame, yesterday he's going to earn $450 because the system is going to see to it that you have come into the platform again with a fresh money of $450. Let's not forget, whenever our capitals are locked in the smart contract, it's equivalent or the same as you coming in with fresh money. Just that you are not taking everything away in the form of like hit and run, which happened in V1. So this time around, they have put these rules as like in place where your capital remains in there. So as long as you cycle from the power line, you are no longer in the power line. You've earned both your capital and profit, but it's only your capital remains in the smart contract. And with that, it's just the same as fresh money. Someone coming into the platform with that same money to purchase new entries. So look at it this way. With this $450, which he had earned from the 30 entries cycling 3 times, he can equally keep aside, let's say $150 and purchase another 20 entries with $300. So already he had 450 in his wallet, right? Which is both his capital recovered and profit. And now out of this 450, let's take out 150 to add it on to the profit he's having. So that would be 600 in profit now for him. Okay, so he's not losing, but he's gaining. But look at it this way. He's also maximizing his income potentials here and also entry purchases. Because if he's to purchase $300 from the 450 in which he has earned, like additional 30 entries, additional 20 entry, which with that will increase his entry purchase from 30 all the way to 50. So he'll be having 50 entries locked in the smart contract, which each entry will earn him $5. So if he's to cycle from one entry, he's going to earn $250 if he's cycling from one entry. That is how much he's making on here. So, with 50 entries, whenever he cycles, he'll be making $250 per cycle, which is the profit that will be paid into his what? Wallet. So that is how it is, and it's amazing to the sense that many of us did not see this in the V1. So a lot of people, when they were earning in V1, they only thought about themselves. They were just being selfish and greedy, that they were keeping both the capital and profit. But if they had to have contributed a portion of their profit to the network, which would have kept the power line moving, helping others to earn, grow, and share proof of their rewards with others, invite more. Believe me, guys, by now, many of us might have stacked up to over 5 to 6 figures in terms of our rewards. But it's not too late. It is clear to us now. And the fact that with these rules, which will govern the platform, will give us the opportunity in earning so much more, and it's being fair to everybody in the business. Yes. So the key word is momentum. Maintaining that momentum and letting the system keep moving forward. So it's just beautiful and nice in the sense that if you earn your capital back, like securing your capital back, and whatever profit you make afterwards, always try to put in 70% back into the system and keep aside 30% profit in your wallet. In so doing, it keeps the momentum of the platform going, helping everyone, and the excitement will be there. Everyone equally benefits. Team leaders will be engaged and motivated in like bringing their networks, and that is how we grow. There is a saying that your network determines your net worth, and with that, it can be done with this amazing platform if we only lock in, like focus, knowing that we have to make the platform work in order for it to benefit us for the long term. So that is it, guys, with this training section regarding how we can maximize our income potential at the same time contributing heavily back into the network. So similarly to those that plan to come in with one entry, let me do this real quick for our one entry folks. So if let's say you are coming in with one entry, the cost is 15 US dollars here. Once you cycle, you'll be earning 20 US dollars. But like we know, $15, which is your capital, remains in the smart contract, and the system pays out your profit of 5 USDT. That is per cycle. So equally, if you have to cycle 3 times in a day, you make your capital back, which is $15. You earn that as a potential earnings. If you have to cycle 6 times, you earn $30. With this strategy, keep aside your capital, all right, of $15 and buy an additional entry of $15, which is 1. So buying an additional entry will make it what? 2 entries for you. So 2 is better than 1, right? So look at it this way. With you having 2 entries now in the smart contract, what is 30 USDT in terms of the cost? Once the cycle, you'll be earning $40 because we understand that 1 entry earns you $20. So having 2 will be times 2 of that, which is $40. And again, system keeps aside your capital of $30, pay out $10 in profit to your wallet, and that is per cycle. Now let's take a look at this. Imagine you cycle 3 times in a day from 2 entries. Look at the figures on here, the potential earnings. Isn't that the same as with the previous one where you earned $30 in the when you had 1 entry? But the difference here is that regarding 1 entry, you earn what? You had to cycle 6 times before making what? $30. With 1 entry, you had to cycle 6 times before earning $30. But with 2 entry, reduce the number of cycles to 3 to earn $30. So this means the more entries you have, the more you earn, and then the more you cycle as well. And equally, out of this strategy, you can keep aside $15 and purchase an additional entry, maximizing your earning potentials and purchase entries. So if you purchase an additional entry, this time around, you'll be having 3 entries worth of $45, locking the smart contract. Now, once again, look at it this way. You'll be making $60 in profit once you cycle from these 3 entries. The system keeps aside $45 as the capital lock in the smart contract. The system payouts 15 USDT to your wallet, and that is per cycle. Equally, when you cycle 3 times, you are making your capital back of $45. And with this $45, you can choose to purchase 3 entries from this $45 because you're actually in profit. You already have like $60 in your wallet, so there's nothing to lose. It's only gain that you'll be gaining on here. So why then do you have to keep making more money without contributing further into the network? So you can either purchase 3 entries worth this $45 just to maximize your income potential, or you can just save aside $15 out of the $45 and buy 2 entries for $30. So if you are saving $15 aside and purchasing 2 entries, that will get you additional 2 entries, making up to 5 entries. So this time around, you'll be having 5 entries in the system, which with that equally will be earning you $25 because with the 5 entries, the cost is $75. You profit $100 whenever you cycle. And then the capital with the $75 is secured in the smart contract. Payout $25. So with that, if you have to cycle 3 times a day, you are earning $75 back and you repeat the same cycle. Just keep 30% of the profit, then use 70% in buying more entries just to help the power line keep moving. Let that momentum to be there, helping others earn and sack, and you will be earning so much more. This is what we need to understand as leaders and pass on the exact principle or this message to our team of other leaders and members to follow suit. If we did like follow this principle, trust me, guys, NuVizion can be here forever as long as the internet exists. But if a few of us decide to be greedy to the sense that they only receive without giving back, then it will be a challenge for others to follow suit with this principle. So that is it, by the way, in terms of how to maximize our income potential. Now, moving on to the next section. This is the most another exciting part of the business as we know of. I'm a team builder, so understand what I'm about to share with you guys. And actually, to be honest, this is my favorite part of the business, which is the Uni-Level side. So Uni-Level networking structure is more like an active system where you earn active income based on your team build growth and your effort. So as we understand, the level structure is referral bonus system paid on 4 levels of generation, which it pays infinity wide but deep down to 4 levels. So as team builders, once again, I would like to use any of us on here. Please put a number of referrals you plan to invite into this system. I want to know, like any of us, just give me a number of referrals you are planning to invite into this system. 50. All right. Thank you, Leader Sensible. So, Leader Sensible plans to invite 50 people into NuVizion. And let's just assume these 50 people or 50 persons are actually going to activate like the account by purchasing 1 entry. So here in the level structure, where we have the level 1, those are your in the level 1 are your direct referrals, like those that you shared your link with and they sign up with you directly. They will be in your level 1. So Leader Sensible plans to invite 50 people, making sure that all these 50 purchase an entry. So we have it on here downline as shown to be 50. Okay, now with these 50 people, Leader Sensible, please let me know how many entries you plan for them to purchase, like in terms of how many entries are they supposed to come in with. So just give me a rough number of entries you plan for each 50, each person in this 50 number, the entries that they are supposed to come in. 10. Awesome. All right. So Leader Sensible plan to invite 50 people and also making sure that each of them purchase 10 entries. So we will have it on here, slots purchase to be 10. meaning each person will be buying 10 entries. But let's look at the total purchase. The moment each of them purchase 10 entries, the total will be 500 entries in his team volume. All right, in his team volume, the number of entries that they've purchased, just even on the first level, is 500. Now let's look at it this way: this 500 multiplied by 50 cents, as we understand that in the level 1 we earn 50 cents from every entry purchased by our direct referrals. So 500 multiplied by 50 cents, how much is the payout shown on here? $250. So $250 is what will be awarded instantly and directly to Leader Sensible's wallet without the need for him making a claim or withdrawal of this reward. But it doesn't end there. Eventually, if these 50 people that he invited are to cycle out and click the button once again to purchase another entry or their next entry, just imagine what is about to happen. Like, you can actually picture what is about to happen, meaning the purchase count will increase to 20, and that again, that will be 1,000 entries in volume, and 1,000 multiplied by 50 cents, that is $500. So he'll be earning an additional $250 to the previous $250, making a payout in terms of the reward $500. So as long as they are cycling from their 10-10, and it's only 10-10 entries which they plan to be, rolling it over. So let's assume that they do this 3 times. All right, just to get back that capital, just 3 times. So with 3 times, the total purchase entries will be 1,500. 1,500 multiplied by 50 cents, that is $750 paid out to Leader Sensible. So you get it now, guys. This is why engaging in active team building or growing a network or referring others into the NuVizion platform helps you along the way, earning more and also helping the community grow. So as long as your referrals are buying new entry, we're contributing their entries, you as the leader, you'll be earning these cents. You might be thinking that it's no money, you are earning just cents, but little drops of water turns into what? A mighty ocean. And this is just even in the level 1 alone. So imagine if this is to duplicate to the other levels. Let's just say the 50 persons or referrals he brought in, each of them two are to come in with, let's say, let's say each also plans to come in with 5 people. All right, so 50 multiplied by 5, that is 250 persons. So we're gonna have 250 indirect referrals in his second level. Now, assuming these 250 people are also going to duplicate the exact count of purchase entries, which is like 10 entries. So 250 multiplied by 10, which we'll have it on here. The total will be 2,500. Okay. So look at it this way. 2,500 is the total purchase in Leader Sensible's second level in the level system. Now, 2,500 multiplied by 20 cents, how much is he earning on here? That is $500, guys. And that is just for one cycle. Let's not forget about it. For one cycle alone, he earned $500 from this number of entry purchase. Now, equally, they are supposed to also cycle 3 times to at least recover their investments, right? So if they are cycling 3 times, it means 10 multiplied by 3, that will be what? 30. So if they cycle 3 times, that means the total purchase entries will be 7,500 in his team built volume. So 7,500 multiplied by 20 cents, how much are we talking about on here? $1,500 paid to Leader Sensible's wallet. And guess what? These rewards that he's earning from the second, the third, and the fourth level are not his direct referrals. But as long as they are in his line of recruits, in his network, in his team, he's going to benefit from those as well whenever they purchase entries and repurchase entries. So we'll be seeing these 20 cents coming in our wallet, and we'll be surprised that as they will be adding up this way, you can equally or potentially earn up to 5 figures Yes, to $10,000 to $20,000 as the number keeps adding up. All right, so that is it for the second level. If this is supposed to continue, let's say the third level now with 250 persons, let's say they also plan to, refer 5 people each. So 250 multiplied by 5, that is going to be 1,250 people or 50, indirect referrals in your third level. Now, once again, each of them is to purchase 10 entries. All right. That is the principle. Let's say a rule which Leader Sensible has assigned for any of his team members, his leaders, and their subsequent leaders or team of referrals. So everyone purchased 10 entries. So once again, they buy 10 entries. Now, that is going to be a total of 12,500 purchase entries in Leader Sensible's team volume. So 12,500 multiplied by 20 cents. Look how much he's earning. $2,500. And that is just per cycle. When they all cycle from this, $2,500. And if they are to cycle 3 times, as we know of it, that will be 30 multiplied by the number count of 1,250 will produce 37,500 purchase entries in Leader Sensible team volume. And this amount multiplied by 20 cents, he's earning $7,500. So guys, you see what is happening over here. When you're engaged in team building, even a single person alone can help you make thousands of dollars. If you are to invite one leader, and if that leader is able to bring in 1,000 people, and equally when these 1,000 people are to duplicate by a certain number, and that follows with that same number all the way to the fourth generation, just think about the rewards you'll be earning on here. So this can go on to the fourth level. And now let's say with the fourth level, which is the final stage, with 1,250 people, each of them also referring 5 persons, that is going to be 6,250. Now, each will purchase what? 10 entries, right? So that will make a total of 62,500 entry purchase in his team volume. Now, 662,500 multiplied by 10 cents, that is $6,250. And that is what? Per cycle. So once again, if they are to cycle 3 times, we are talking about 187,500 entry purchased in his team volume multiplied by 10 cents. And that is $18,750. If we are to add all these amounts together, 18,750 plus $7,500 plus $1,500 plus $750, we are talking about $28,500 paid out to Leader Sensible in the Uni-Level network alone. That is how powerful it is. In the view one, it was just a single level, which you earn $1 on your first level. But now it goes deep to 4 levels or 4 generation, and the rewards are infinity wide. Meaning you can refer as many people you want, and as long as your network keep growing and they purchase these entries, this is how much you are earning. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen, and this brings us to the end of today's presentation for NuVizion. And I believe with what I've shared with you guys, many of you have started like actually understanding the entire concept of NuVizion, why this will be the most powerful power line networking system. As at now, if you have any question, please raise up your hand and I'll call on you so you ask your questions. I think we've done an hour and 5 minutes already, which that is not bad. We were able to fasten things up to add these sessions. So please, some Q&A. If you have any question, just put up your hand. I'll call up on you. All right, we have Leader Vikas on here. All right, Leader Vikas, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, hello everyone. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is Vikas.
We can hear you.
So, hi everyone. I'm Vikas Rajput from India, and like my sponsor is Daniel here, the wonderful host. The best thing I liked about this presentation is, Daniel, you kept it very simple, easy to understand, and this is the thing I like about you most. And for the very first time when I saw this project, trust me, guys, I mean it was like another power line program, but my sponsor Daniel, he helped me, to understand it better. And the more and more I got to know about, this project, now I realize I have come to the point. I have concluded this that this is a game changer. Why? Because this is solving the problem that we have seen in past with with all other power line programs. So if you want to know more, how? I mean, yes, your sponsor gonna help you with that. But me, I'm clear. My team, one by one, I'm making them clear. And like the income part, also not so much fascinating. So much tempting. It's very sensible and achievable. And this like people making entry multiple times every day. I mean, this is making system run fast. So this was what I was discussing with Daniel. The best thing about this project is that I like is this project can be sold over a phone. It is that simple. I mean, one can close the deal on the phone itself. And my mentor, he used to say, in any business, if you can close the deal over the call, you don't need to meet anyone. I mean, there, business is faster, and where the business is faster, there you get massive incomes. So I don't know how you people are looking at this project, but for me, I'm convinced that this is going to be the next big thing for me and for my team in India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan. Yes, we have good connects with European leaders, but I feel like even one state of India is bigger than many European countries. So right
Right.
now we don't. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Leader Vikas. And guys, I have to say this. Leader Vikas is an amazing leader in India. I've been keeping him secret for some time now. He's actually putting in a massive team from India, Pakistan, Nepal, just as he mentioned, which they're about to dominate this power line system we're talking about. So, Leader Vikas and I have been working behind the scenes. The same applies to other leaders elsewhere. Everyone is putting up their team of leaders. Now, the Philippine communities are also coming in heavily as well, as the founder is true with their funnel and other marketing materials. So the game now is about to change totally, and the rewards which we are about to experience here is gonna be phenomenal, guys. So thank you for coming in, Leader Vikas, and also greetings to all the people in India. We can't wait to, welcome you guys as well to be a part of this amazing platform. So until then, please, if anyone else do have something to say or a question, you can put up your hand. I'll call upon you. If not, then we bring this call to an end. And our next session will be this coming Wednesday, which is actually the D-Day for the launch of NuVision V2. Yes. So who else do we have on here? Okay, no hands up. Awesome. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in for today's webinar training session. Please, I'll plead with us to make it a point inviting our people to the next Zoom webinar training sessions. These training sessions are very important. I'm actually getting tired to the sense I have to be repeating myself in our WhatsApp communities when people don't show up to Zooms to listen to what we have for them and keep repeating the exact questions that have been answered a million times on our webinar training sessions. Okay, so I have on here, there is a leader with his hand up, leader goals time. Okay, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my top leader. I appreciate all you are doing for us. It's a quite expliciting presentation. Yes, I appreciate you. I am also putting up, making sure that my teams are ready for that Wednesday. But all my question is that, do you have a particular time? Has the time been set on Wednesday?
Okay, so regarding the timer, it will eventually pop up at our back office. I don't know how soon that will be, but anytime soon we should be able to see it at our back office. I've been following up with my sponsor as well on that note, and he equally also updates me that he's yet to know. So anytime soon we might see it at our back office. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
I
You're
appreciate
welcome. All right.
it. Bye.
Okay, Maxwell, I can see your hand up.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm Maxwell, and this is my first time being on the call. I actually joined NuVizion close to when the version 1 was closed down. So my last investment is still in the loop, and I still believe in this project. So I wanted to find out what will I do in the version 2.
Okay, all right, Maxwell. So, worry less regarding your investment in V1, you are eventually going to get it back as the admins are being so generous in the sense that they promise to, pay every investor in the V1, which is the current entry secured in the V1. They will pay each and every one of us, including myself. I have over $2,000 invested in there. So I'm also patiently waiting to that, to that day comes where we all begins to recoup that investment and at least make some profit an additional because it's going to be paid through the cycling process, and we know that every cycle you complete you earn an additional $5. So that is it, by the way. But now with the V2, you can prepare towards the V2 as you wait to receive the funds coming in from the V1. So with the V2, the startup cost remains the same, $15, but this time around it's going to be USDT and not Binance or BNB. So you can have BNB, which will cover the gas fee and have a little bit, let's say 15 USD2 or even more, depending on what you can afford to start out with. But the entry cost per one is 15 USDT. So that is it for you, Maxwell.
Are we going to use the same platform, or I have to sign up with a new link?
Okay, so there will be no new links. We'll still be using the same platform, which is the one that you register with your account. So it's going to be the same account, the same platform, the same link to refer others as well. Yeah, so newly members will join your network as they are secured in the system. And once the V2 is ready, they will connect the portal to the app and where the transactions will take place and everything will be recorded onto the new smart contract. Any further questions, Maxwell?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
All right, you're welcome.
I love this project. I love it. This project. I don't know why, but
Awesome.
from the explanation, it seems that this is a good project. And I have a big team. So I'm currently in another project with about 3,000 people in there.
Awesome.
We are still doing well, but looking at this one is also good. So I'm thinking of bringing all of them here.
Oh yeah,
So
you're welcome.
I just want to make sure that I am in the right place so that
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
yes. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. All right, guys. So I think we've done half an hour or okay, we threw it an hour and 15 minutes. So until then, guys, I'll see you all in our next section what is happening this Wednesday. And also if I'm to receive any further details regarding the time for the launch, I'll pass it on in our WhatsApp groups. If you are here and you are not in the WhatsApp, do I have any of my co-admins on here? I'll be glad if you guys can post the link to our WhatsApp community in the chat so others can join this. To join our community on there and follow up with the updates. Unfortunately, I'm not on my mobile device, so I won't be able to share the link. Okay, let me see. Trust, please send the recording to WhatsApp. All right, sure. Oh, I forgot. We're still recording this. Let me stop the recording.